I'm gonna wait for some of you to come on so I can tell you a story. It's a Throwback Thursday story. It is about 1 in the morning, and it's like 1:42, and so I'm gonna get right into this because some people are watching. So the story is this one, like, just let you know, the story is really, really serious, and I was thinking about sharing this, but then I had to think about it, and I do want to share it because this had to go with me destroying my science work and me with male teachers and all that other stuff like that. So when I was in Georgia, like, I moved there towards the end of my third grade year, but it wasn't at the end of the third grade year. So it was started out by just me going to third grade like usual. This was like when I was testing, and I'm talking about Georgia in the States. Like, so I'm talking about Georgia in the United States. So I've been to Liberty County school system, and I'm not going to say the teacher's name because I don't think it's a good idea to say it just because of the story. And this happened like 9 years ago. And the thing is, my parents did not know about this because I was so scared. And that's sort of why I didn't like my science teacher last year very much. She was a yeller, and so we're gonna get on with the story. So I went to the Georgia school, like Liberty County school system, because I lived in Hinesville, Georgia at the time. I was trying to adjust to this new school, and after testing was over, it was like, yay, testing's over. But when we did go to PE, it was the most awfulest thing that ever happened to me. So the saddest thing was I was doing something that the teacher really more and more and more. He and he was calling me, you retarded, you retarded little bitch. So there's some language in it. I'm very, very, like, 8th grade, I was like extremely scared to go to PE because of that teacher. I was there from my third grade year to my fourth grade year. So about the third grade year, I went to PE. We were playing like volleyball, and then one time I got hit in the head, and he just got all up in my face and started yelling at me. And this, by the way, this is a male teacher. So this is kind of why I have some trust issues against a female teachers, because of my past with, this guy abusing me. Like, I was literally coming home crying. So I was coming home crying a lot, and it was just the saddest thing ever to see what I was doing. And it was like a saddest part to that. When I was in fourth grade, this is like the end of third grade, so when I went to summer school, like, before my fourth grade year, or no, for my fifth grade year, because I failed this state testing, which was called CRCT or something like that. If you were in the Georgia school systems, comment down below and tell me what your thoughts are on that testing. I mean, I really didn't like that teacher. I was extremely terrified to go to that school because of him. And so when we were at summer school, I was just doing my work. Another teacher comes up and calls me a freaking retarded little bitch. This was really wrong for the teachers to say that. And for me being on an IEP, being special ed and stuff, because I'm not, like, guys, I've not told you this before, I don't think. do have autism, but it's not as bad. But when I went to Georgia schools, um, by that like at that time I was diagnosed with ADHD and I was on medication and all that, and this teacher just made it worse for me because he was yelling at me, screaming in my face, and by the time summer school starts, so I was doing my work and I did he would just for no apparent reason. And then there's like other kids that did stuff wrong. Freaking kidding me. Okay, we're back again. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, summer school. So when I was going to summer school, again this teacher yelled at me. And again, like, he wasn't yelling at the other kids that were doing stuff wrong, and I wasn't doing anything wrong, and I was mostly a target for abuse from the teachers there at that school, and I mean, mostly, like, this mentally was disturbing to me. And then he's like, oh, if you tell your mom, I will find out where you live and all this other crap, and I'm not gonna get into that. Like, that's really bad. Mostly he was just yelling at me and cursing at me and just making me feel bad about myself. It was really, really sad. So it's like, it was really traumatizing for me, to be quite honest. It was traumatizing. Like, I was, when I started school here in Washington, I'm not gonna lie, 5th and 6th grade, I was freaking depressed. Like, just because of the abuse from this other teacher. Not only that, but when my grandma died, it was really bad. It was just really, really bad. So, I'm gonna end this here. Oh, wait, I have to tell you about 6th grade, though. So, not only that, the abuse was aside. So, when I started my 6th grade year at this elementary school here in Washington, I almost committed suicide. Like, it was because I couldn't take the bullying, because I felt like people really didn't care about me. Like, it felt like people didn't really care. So I'm just gonna end this here, but that's a different story. Um, yeah, I almost committed suicide, but this is not clickbait. This is actually real. And if you guys can tell, I not told you about the suicide.